Wherever there's an episodic series, you can bet two men will talk to you. AJ Talon and Owen Finch give their thoughts on Owen and AJ Talks.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Owen and AJ Talks. I'm Owen Finch, and I'm here with
AJ Talon, and today we are back for Yellowjackets Season 3, Episode 9. The pre-finale. And boy, this one is it's interesting.
With Season 3 of Yellowjackets, we've been pretty positive towards it. We've obviously said some negative things about, the present has been more so on the negative side. But we've been pretty, fair to Yellowjackets this season. Like last season, I remember, was a bit of a mixed bag. And then the Season 1, we liked quite a lot. And this season, I thought really addressed our criticisms and really improved on stuff that, like, Season 2 failed to follow up with. And then, this episode, really did away with all that stuff. They, I don't know what happened this episode, and I'm gonna read this to you, but it's not like they brought in anybody new for, like, the director or anything like that. It's all the same people and everything like that. So, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just fatigue. Maybe it was just, maybe they hit their head on a doorknob or something. I don't know.
On a doorknob specifically. Yes, I love it.
I don't know what happened, but this is kind of good though, because we're switching it off. The more criticisms we have is towards the past, and AJ doesn't even need AJ has so much to say he doesn't even need notes to talk about the past.
I write down the notes he writes before the videos, but this time I was like, you know what? I don't even need it.
But yeah, we gotta do anything you want to say about what I just said before we do all the wiki shit?
I guess just a heads up, guys. If you like our videos, and you really like us talking positively about Yellowjackets, probably not the video for you, because I think I'm a little harsher on this one than Owen. But I think this is contender for the worst episode of Yellowjackets.
Contender, yes. We talked about off camera.
Yeah. Overall, the finale of Season 2 is worse, but this one's a close second.
Yep. Honestly, we'll talk about it after we view it. I remember last video we talked about, I don't know if I said it off camera or not, or on camera. I mentioned Season 1 might be my favorite. They're like, I don't know, Season 3 might be my favorite. They're really gonna have to let me down the last couple episodes. I think.
Yeah. And then that was a fucking promise, I guess.
I like to think you saying that, maybe we got a different episode. Like, if you didn't say that, we probably
they changed the Paramount Plus specifically for us.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But yeah, let's just go over all the wiki stuff. This episode was I kind of feel bad for giving. I don't know if I want to give them credit for this stuff, because I don't know if I want credit for this. But yeah. Hey,
usually this is for if you want to send them hate mail. This is who. No, I'm kidding. Hate mail.
Hey, it's always been worse. At least they didn't write Kiss This. At least they didn't write that. So
yeah. That is the bottom of the barrel. That, no matter what you, at least you didn't write Kiss.
We don't know though. This person does have a wiki. Maybe she did write Kiss This, so we don't know.
He fucking flew to Japan to write Kiss This, and then came back to do Yellowjackets.
Yeah, years later. But this was written by Sarah L. Thompson. So maybe she just had a bad day. It was she had fatigue. Because we've talked about this person before, and she's written pretty good episodes. Maybe this was just fatigue. Sometimes that happens. So, it was directed by Ben Smanimoff. I think we've talked about him before. We got a Ben mention though. Not the same guy, but a Ben mention.
Yeah, not the same Ben, but we'll take any Ben we can get.
And then it was edited by Kevin D. Ross. I think we've talked about him before. So AJ, you gotta guess the air date. I don't know how much effort you're gonna put in guessing the air date, because I think this is a date you want to forget.
March 30th. This one would be April 6th, I guess.
You are correct. And I also would have given you April 4th, because it's... I
think it's... Last time I guessed it was April 5th. So I was... I threaded the needle between the following episode, which is funny.
But yeah, let's just get right into it. We're gonna take the past and present approach, where we talk about the past first, since it happened first, and then do the present. So AJ, time for you to unload on this episode.
Right. So we pick off immediately where last episode left off, and to give some positives, I like the camera work here. I like that it gives a close like side shot of Natalie, and then a close side shot of Shauna, since they've kind of been like the competing leaders, I suppose, of the groups.
Yep.
And then they are, of course, like on the opposite extremes of this argument, where Natalie's basically just saying like you can't like force everybody to stay here. Like that's not how this works. And then Shauna's just basically like, sure I can. And I'm telling them to stay, and they're gonna stay.
Yeah. And if you haven't watched our last Yellowjackets video yet, we mentioned obviously AJ sent me a ton of videos today of what should have happened to Shauna in the situation. You'll probably get to that, so I'll leave you to talk about that. But basically, I was going to talk about this, with Shauna, as we said, with Shauna being outnumbered, and as we talked about before, Thais and Lottie probably weren't going to help Shauna in this fight because they had their own beliefs and they weren't really forcing anyone to stay. So there's really no reason Shauna shouldn't have gotten out of this fight, like this situation, without getting killed or something like that. And again, you'll get into the videos you sent me later when we actually break this down. But why don't you talk about how this actually went down? Because how it went down is not at all how this should have gone down.
Right. Yeah. There's two separate occasions with Shauna this episode, where like she just should have got her fucking ass beaten. And everybody was just kind of sitting around being like, what's even happening right now? And like Travis is really only one to speak up, finally, because again, Travis has kind of been in the background, like not really getting involved, which fair enough. I guess he's like scared of the group, but like I'm like, thankfully he's actually fucking speaking up now, because like if you were ever gonna speak up and like grow a spine, this is the time, dude.
And he picked a good time because like he probably wants to get the fuck out of here as much as anybody. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, everybody's just kind of sitting around, and I guess like fair enough. Like nothing's really happened yet. Sean is just being fucking crazy and saying, "No, you're all staying." So Natalie, I love you. You're like my second favorite character. You sold so badly here. All you had to do, just walk away, and Shauna couldn't have done anything to stop you. But so what Cody does is, again, Cody's just kind of sick of all this shit. And he's like, okay, look, you guys can stay. I'm going. And he starts to walk away. And at this point, Shauna runs up to Natalie and then just takes her gun.
No, actually, it's actually worse. Natalie like went up to like Shauna, and then like that put Natalie in position to get the gun like taken from her.
Yeah, and like Natalie doesn't like fight her on it. Shauna just kind of like takes it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Natalie, what the fuck are you doing?
You just lost a weapon now.
Because this is literally sets up the rest of the episode, is that they can't leave because Shauna is fucking mental and is carrying the gun around with her 24/7.
Yep.
First of all, though, you have a crossbow, you have axes, you have other weapons. Like Shauna has to sleep at some point, like just fucking bull rush her ass. And it's like, it's kind of that thing of like, well, she can't kill all of us.
And also specifically, Travis is the one that had the crossbow. Like he can shoot. It's not like he can't shoot or anything.
Like Shauna is like pointing the gun at like Cody and like focusing on her and focusing on him. I would love it if Travis was just like, oh, man, I must have misfired. That's so crazy. Shauna's dead. All right, anyway, let's go, guys.
Yeah, honestly, that would have saved this whole episode from happening.
Don't even fucking tell me that Travis is like, I don't want to commit murder, because he literally spends the rest of this episode building an elaborate trap to fucking impale Lottie to death. All right, do not tell me he is not willing to fucking shoot Shauna in the face.
Well, don't forget, season 1, he was gonna shoot Natalie for calling him like Flex. He points the gun at her.
Yeah. I was gonna point that out. Is like season 1, Travis like pointed the gun at Natalie, but he didn't actually do anything. This episode, as we're gonna see later, Shauna points the gun at like her girlfriend and like actually fucking fires.
Yeah. So.
Also, this is a weird line. So Cody is like trying to call Shauna out on this, being like, "Oh, you're bluffing. You're not gonna actually shoot me." Like, do you even know how to fire that, little girl? And Shauna's just like, my boyfriend showed me. Like, the fuck is she talking about?
I don't know. Was she lying?
That's what I was gonna. She has to be lying, because if she's referring to Jeff, I doubt Jeff knows how to fire a gun, let alone would have shown Shauna how to do that.
Yeah.
And if Shauna did know how to fire a gun, why wasn't she helping Hunt?
I don't know. Remember in Bird Box, like it's actually like a pretty cool scene. They do the same scene, and like the main character like did like a trick to like show like she actually knew how to like use it and all that type of stuff. Yeah. That didn't happen here. Shauna, like Cody just had to like take a word for it, type of thing.
Yeah. Which I mean, I fair enough. You don't want to risk it, but like still.
I would have gone out of it.
I don't know why Natalie let Shauna just grab the gun without a fight in the first place.
I would have gotten out of the situation.
Yes, I guess Natalie had a brain fart. She was daydreaming. She was zoning out. Again, while she's putting the gun at Cody, just everybody beat her ass.
Yeah. I would have got out of the situation. Don't forget, he was being like, someone was holding a knife to him, and he pretty much got out of the situation.
So, because a big thing with this episode, both past and present, is like the theme is that like, people will do crazy and desperate things just to see another day. And it's like, okay, cool theme. Everyone should have just fucking went ballistic on Shauna.
Yeah.
Like it should, like, that is kind of a scene where like I can 100% buy them all becoming fucking savages and just like literally ripping Shauna to pieces. Like, you don't understand. They have been out in these woods for like a year and a half. They're all desperate to get the fuck out of here. And they're all even pointing out later, like, hope and home was like within our grasp. It was like there. They all 100% should have just fucking lost it and like been like, fuck it. Like we're all jumping her, right? Like we are that desperate.
Yeah, one person would die from this most likely, but that's a risk you have to like take to like,
Yeah, back with Lord Farquaad, it's like some of you are going to die, and that is a sacrifice I'm willing to take.
Yeah. So, and if anything, again, we don't know if Sonny knows how to actually fire that gun. No one could probably die from this if like
Again, like worst case scenario, Shauna gets like one shot off and like hits somebody. Which again, if you all bull rush her ass, it's pretty likely she would like miss,
Yeah.
She's only gonna have time to get one shot off before you all fucking rush her. So like, you're fine.
Yeah, I don't get this. Honestly, when this happened, I don't know if I could tell. I couldn't believe this happened. Like, wait, but did that just happen? Like, I think I rewound this a few times. Like, no, that did not just happen. That did not.
I literally had to rewind to be like, wait a minute, how did Shauna get the gun? Like, I missed it. Like, I literally like blinked and missed it. I was like, wait, how did Shauna get the gun?
Yeah, I couldn't believe this happened. Like,
so yeah, that scene, and it sucks too because I literally like said last episode that like we got to see what they do with this, because like if Shauna just like bullies everybody into staying, I'm not gonna buy it. And yeah, sure enough, everybody just kind of like doesn't put up a fight against Shauna. They all kind of just say like, well, I guess we're staying. And like, yeah, now Shauna's calling the shots, basically. She decides that, like, well, she's going to just, like, kill Cody. They kind of talk Shauna into just keeping him prisoner in the animal pen, like they did with Ben.
Yep.
So, yeah, they just kind of tie them up and put them in the animal pen for however long, I guess. Again, I guess Shauna was just, like, going to keep them there forever.
They took the shoes off for some reason. I didn't get that. Like, does Shauna have, like, a foot fetish?
Of that, like Shauna's like, take their shoes. I'm guessing it was like so they have a harder time running away.
I don't know.
Kind of a weird detail. I'm like, okay.
They didn't really explain it. They expected us to just know, but like
do what she did with Ben and just cut their ankles.
Yeah, how come they didn't get this treat? Like Ben got like, I mean, I guess I get they thought that Ben built the cabin down, but like. Why didn't these people like only could dream like they talk they're like crying and suffering like you should have been here a few days ago like you would have been like on the floor like begging for mercy like at that point like that I mean I can't really say Ben took it like a champ but Ben was never like he didn't really like cry until like he was like a month into it type of thing. He took that like a champ.
Yeah. Weeks into starving and just being treated like an animal. Yeah.
We got a bed mention in this video, which I'm happy about. So
yeah, they tied Cody up and Hannah, And we get kind of a weird scene where Shauna's just like walking around with the gun, and her and Cody are kind of just like eyeing each other up. Like you can tell, Shauna just wants to murder him for some reason. Like last episode, she said like, I hate him for shooting Melissa. She's full of shit. I knew she was full of shit last episode, but like this episode confirmed she's full of shit. She just fucking hates this guy because he can get them home, I guess.
I don't know. I guess for Brie, I think Shauna just hates Cody for existing for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, like it's like Shauna just likes being evil, and like she just like is. Well, I guess it's like backwards Capgirl said last episode. She's miserable, and she wants everybody else to be miserable.
Yeah, I get. I don't know.
Literally, her only motivation is just to be an asshole.
It's kind of weird though. They kind of did like the twisty villain thing with like Shauna, and you know, I remember we've been asking Yellowjackets to kind of do that. That's for the most part kind of what we wanted with Lottie, but they went too far into that direction with Shauna here.
I was all down for like Shauna becoming like the villain, but like she's just again her only motivation is just like I want to be an asshole. Like that's really her only motivation.
Yeah.
And like before with Ben, like obviously it sucked because we love Ben, but like you kind of get Shauna's mentality of like she's just like lost so much and she's so angry she like is willing to believe Ben burned the cabin down, even though like she has like no real evidence to back it up. So like she was like mainly targeting Ben in her anger. So I'm like I can get that. That was like fine. That was an interesting story for her, but this is just fucking stupid.
So stupid, like Cody and Hannah really didn't do anything. And again, Cody only fired that arrow because they started attacking like them, and well, they thought they were attacking them and all that type of stuff. Because Lottie killed Mindy.
It didn't work. Cody fired that arrow because they fucking decapitated one of their friends.
Yeah. So not even that. Cody he did it to survive himself. Like because they were all So
yeah, fuck chasing him. Yeah.
What the hell were they? What the hell is he supposed to do? Not he has a crossbow. Why is he not going to use it? I guess
exactly.
I guess he's not allowed to. So.
God. And well, I feel like it's worse with Shauna like being this evil is because like nobody fucking calls her out on it. As we're gonna see in a little bit, like Backwards Capgirl's the only person to fucking call her out on her bullshit, and like everybody else just kind of sits around like idiots again.
Yeah, it was strange. But you
get do something.
What you'll get. Well, one of them does as you get to. One of them tries to do something, but it's to the one person.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. So yeah, they all kind of just are like, okay, I guess we're just staying. Van has to talk with Taissa, basically being like, what the fuck are you doing? And Taissa is basically just, what? Taissa brings up some good points, because last episode, I was giving her the most credit out of Lottie and Shauna. And yeah, sure enough, she kind of confirms what I was believing her reasoning was. That, like, okay, if we go now, and, like, they come to, like, find, like, our camp, like, afterwards, they're gonna, like, find out all the bad shit we did. So, like, we need time to, like, clean up and, like, cover our tracks. I'll be on the same page. Like, just leaving right now is, like, isn't smart, because we're just gonna land ourselves in jail.
Yeah,
and she basically, like, I'm not saying we need to be here forever. We just need to leave, like, we just need to stay a little while longer. And I'm like, that's fine. I can buy that.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Honestly, I can even agree with it. Like, I do kind of see the idea of it, like, okay, leaving right now and not having any sort of plan to, like, explain anything or, like, cover anything up is like, yeah, that's probably going to land you in jail as soon as you get back. So, like, I get that idea of, like, okay, let's, like, think about this before we just leave.
Yeah, I get that.
So, like, okay, that's fine.
It's kind of a shame, though, because, like, that could have been something that was, like, good, but, like, that doesn't really get much focus, like, this episode, unfortunately.
Yeah, Isis basically this whole episode, she's just on team, let's stay forever. Even though she seems like she's just like, let's just stay for a little while.
Yeah. So.
And again, Taissa says, like, we just need time to, like, cover our tracks and, like, blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't really do anything to, like, do that.
Because they didn't focus on her. They didn't do anything.
And then also Van is like, Van also brings up some good points of like, hey, listen, I know like trauma makes you kind of like forget shit, but like, do you remember how bad winter was last year? And Tyson starts to be like, oh, I mean, we'll be fine this year. We're more prepared. And Van is like, we don't have the cabin, and our livestock not gonna like last the entire winter. And it's like, what's gonna happen once that happens. Like, we're gonna start fucking killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyson says, well, I hope you've been practicing cards. It's like, what the fuck was that response?
I don't. How do you
like, are you trying to because you're not funny?
Yeah, I don't know how.
It's like fine points, and then Van came in with a like, okay, but like winter's coming. Like, we need to get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah.
Or like at the very least, like ASAP, like soon. And Tyson's just like, LOL. If we just start killing each other, we're fine.
I mean, I don't even know what they really have to clean up though. Like, Nally took care of Ben because his body is in the plane.
Yeah.
Harvey's not around. Jackie isn't around anymore.
Yeah, it's like pretty much everything is sorted out. And like I said before, it would take like a couple hours at most to like everybody have like a little team huddle and like kind of talk about like, okay, so like this is what we're gonna tell everybody.
Yep.
You don't even need to have a team huddle now. Again, it's gonna take 6 days to get to the rescue point. Talk about it on the way.
Yeah, do the cleanup you have to do now though, and then like talk about whatever you have to talk about, type of thing. So,
again, there's like you would delay yourselves by like a day at most.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I said it off camera, but I forgot to say it last episode. Actually, Lottie deciding to stay is literally golden opportunity. It's like, oh, okay, perfect, because Jackie died. That was nobody's fault. Like, she just fucking froze to death because she stayed outside. We didn't technically kill Harvey. He fell in the ice.
Mm-hmm.
You can just leave out the fact that you were like hunting Natalie. That's sorted out. Yeah, again, you don't even need to bring it up. You can just say he died in a plane crash because the scientists weren't there for that. As for Ben, I mean, you already believe he burned the cabin down. Just say that. We thought he tried to kill us all. We kept him prisoner. He died. We ate him. Or you don't need to say you ate him. You just say, fucking bullshit. I don't know. You come up with something.
Yeah, they could come.
And then scientist guy, betray Lottie. Lottie wants to stay out in the woods forever. Awesome. All right. It's like, all right, Lottie killed that guy. We didn't, we brought them back. We didn't kill them. And then we left, that was all Lottie. It wasn't us.
Yeah. I mean, they literally have the perfect plan. The only one that's probably going to do some digging on that would probably be like Paul with the Ben thing, because Paul like knew who like Ben was, type of thing like that. But again, you don't know. Paul doesn't know like what Ben's capable of, in the wilderness and all that type of stuff. That does crazy things to people.
So again, like they could get away with all this with like minimal lying. It wouldn't all this shit wouldn't even be lying. This would literally just kind of be leaving a couple things out.
Yeah. By the way, a cat.
Like as soon as Lottie is like, I'm going to stay out in the woods forever. It's like, oh, okay, perfect. So like we have a perfect alibi. You killed the scientist guy. Everything else we can just explain pretty easily. Like, okay, cool, we're all set. We have an excuse.
By the way, I hope you know that like whatever all the things we just said, the audience probably won't pay attention if they gets this part because Moo was in the background doing stuff. Nothing bad, but like he was just
asshole. Yeah.
So it's hilarious. I'm totally leaving that in. I should just like zoom in on like Moo as you're like talking.
As I'm talking, like kind of like drone me out and like zoom in on Moo. I love that.
Yeah, but anyhow, let's keep talking.
Yeah. So sorry to go on this fucking tangent for like this 2-minute scene, but this scene you don't understand is so stupid, and you don't understand. Like the show would end like right now. This would be like the series finale if they just fucking ignored Shauna and kept walking. But like we're gonna get a whole other season because Shauna decided to fuck you all. We're all staying, and everybody was just a bunch of fucking pussies and was like, okay, Shauna. We
could get some cool episodes of like them traveling to the, the rescue place.
It can 100% fucking just come up with another reason this gets fucked up.
Yeah.
It starts snowing at the end of this episode. Just have it be, it starts fucking snowing on the way there and they get lost and they can't find the rescue point.
Or like they realize like, hey, it's snowing, like they wouldn't probably be able to find us for a while anyways, and all that type of stuff, because of the
Yeah.
snowing.
Or just again, since we're doing all the magic bullshit, fucking something supernatural happens to stop them. I don't know.
Yeah, but whatever.
So yeah, this is like fucking stupid. And yeah, sure enough, everybody's just kind of huddled around. There's two teams now: Team Natalie, Team Shauna.
Team Natalie got fucked over. Shauna got all like the main cast. She got Thaisa. She got like.
I know Natalie got all the fucking like the jabronis, and she's like, "Fuck," like I don't have any main characters on my team.
So like Natalie got like a head of the deal on that type of thing. So.
And it's funny you say that, because where it's like, oh, Van's on team go to fuck home. So obviously Natalie has Van on her team, right?
Nope.
No, Van's on team stay here forever. And you might be saying, why? And to that I say, it's because her girlfriend's on team stay here forever. Because Van and Thaisa are not allowed to fucking be on opposite teams. They are glued at the hip permanently.
Even though they weren't together for like 25 years after this plane crash, they have to be glued at the hip ever since Van's come back on screen.
It's like, that could be such an interesting thing of like Van and Thaisa. Well, they were doing it last season actually. The whole like Van believes Thaisa doesn't. This would actually be a perfect way to set up them breaking up when they get back.
Nope.
Is that Van was like desperate to try and get out of here, and Thaisa was like stopping their efforts to get out.
You gotta understand, AJ. Van wasn't even supposed to make it out of episode 1, so they don't know what to do with this character. Like, I think they just saw they could get like a really good actress for like Van in the present. They're like, oh, what are we gonna do with this actress? Oh, she'll just be Van, and then like she'll just be around for Thaisa's plots, and we'll do a really shitty job of like pretending that that's not Van. Legit, you knew that was Van from the trailer of season 2. You knew that was Van, like 100%.
Yeah, I literally said, I was like, okay, so that like Van's alive, obviously.
And they did a really shitty job of. Can you imagine, by the way, if they had to do this? They would have done a terrible job hiding the Luke, I am your father line. They would have done a terrible job. They would have like told like everybody.
Yeah, that would have been in the trailer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, probably.
So, oh god. So yeah, Shauna's walking around and she like hears them muttering. And they're like, oh my gosh, Shauna's like out of control. Which, yeah, if you really feel that way, fucking jump her ass.
Yep.
But yeah, they're all just discussing how like Shauna has the gun, and they're all like, would she even use it? And Mari tries to say like, oh no, she's too chicken shit. And Natalie's like, I don't know. But yeah, Shauna basically catches on that they're all planning to like do something to escape. And again, Shauna, for some reason, is just an asshole and decides, no, everybody must stay. And again, I'm just like, why?
Yeah, I mean, I get you can't hunt yourself and all that type of stuff, but that's like shit you should have like learned like when that.
Well, again, it's pretty even. We got like team stay and team go, so like even if it wouldn't just be Shauna staying.
Yeah.
So again, Shauna just fucking let them go. Like, who gives a shit?
Shauna, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
and everybody else having a meeting of like, no, we cannot let them leave. They must stay out in the woods forever.
Not even the tree gods. Not even the tree gods care if they go. Like they would probably.
Yeah, gonna do shit. And Tree God's like, why are you guys being so fucking evil?
Notice the tree god up until that like travesty and like was like, okay, even the tree gods. I think this is even too much for the tree gods. Like even this with Shauna and everything like that. It's like, yeah, I don't even need to do anything to get you to stay. Like Shauna's taking care of that for me. Like.
Misty in this episode is flip-flopping all over the place like a goddamn fish out of water. Because Misty is on team stay, I guess, until like the last scene where she's on team go. For no reason really. We don't really get her thought process.
Well, that
I think she just wants to be useful. Like, and she doesn't really care to who.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, would have been nice to have a scene of like why she decides to flip-flop.
Yeah, would have been nice. The actress did say in an interview that she had to miss a couple of like rehearsals and stuff because of her pregnancy. Because she was having sicknesses and stuff. So I will give the writers credit. Maybe they had a plan for that, but then like they had to kind of work with what they had since Misty's actress was pregnant in real life?
I don't know. It just feels really weird because Misty is like again on team stay, and Misty's like, hey, like nobody thinks I'm part of your group because you guys always kick me out because I'm annoying. I could like do some spy shit. And Tyus is like, yeah, okay, cool. And Misty goes up to like team, get the fuck out of here. And she's like, so what about that plan, huh? And it doesn't even work because everybody's like, okay, so we saw you with team stay out in the woods and eat fucking bushes forever. So like obviously we're not telling you. And Misty's like, okay, fine, I guess you guys don't want to leave. And she walks off. And Mari's like, do you think she knows? And then Jen's like, nah. That's it, kind of it for Misty's plot.
That's the quickest thing that's ever happened. Like literally, that was like one sentence that you just said, and I have nothing to say. It's just
and well, I just wanted to point it out. So like for that scene, it's like, okay, Misty's on stay here forever and eat acorns. And like the next time we see Misty Owen, she is gathering machine parts, and like using the transmogulable, whatever the fuck, to like try and like find a way to call for help.
Well, Van was fixing it like earlier, and like Misty saw Van like doing it. So then, yeah, then that's the next time you see her, type of thing.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, I don't understand Misty's what happened here, where Misty was like on team, let's stay here forever, and then she just like off screen was like, okay, cool, let's try to call for help.
Especially considering the fact like Misty's the reason they'll all like have been out here this long, like anyways, because you destroyed the Thin. So like, why aren't you like, I don't know, where did this change come from, type of thing.
Yeah, I don't understand Misty's through line this episode.
She was pregnant, so maybe her hormones were kicking in and everything.
Why not? So yeah, then we get Travis's plot. Travis, being the only fucking proactive one here, decided, okay, cool, enough's enough. I'm killing Lottie, which understandable. I feel like you should have went for the double whammy and went for Shauna. But, I get it. Okay, fine. Baby steps. So he builds a little pit, and like he covers it with some like branches and stuff, and he like throws something on it, and he made sure it was like whatever he threw was pretty light, because as soon as he threw it, it broke, and then like it reveals there's like spikes at the bottom of the pit.
I like this because this is the pit that we see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like implied to be like this is the pit we see in the flash forward in episode 1.
Yeah, this might be the highlight of the whole episode for me. Like, finally getting the pit being built, because that was pretty cool. Because that was something that was been speculated on and everything like that, and this was pretty cool. Reminded me, I know I'm actually gonna make a good comparison to something with this episode, but it reminded me, of RVB season 9 when we got to see the Alpha like full before like they started torturing him and everything like that. So,
although that makes it funny that 2 of the people that end up dying in the hunts are people that got penetrated by Travis before he ate them.
Yeah, what? There was the pit, and then what else?
Jackie, because he had sex with Jackie.
That's true, yeah. So
he penetrate, because like the spikes are gonna kill Pit Girl, and then he obviously penetrated.
That's true.
Jackie.
And
he's 2 for 2 on that.
Yeah, I hope they do something interesting with that though, like because obviously we see it happen in the beginning, like Travis will feel guilt, because I imagine whoever goes into the pit, it's gonna be like, obviously, because we know Lonnie doesn't go into the pit, so he's gonna feel guilty that he like basically caused him to go into the pit and
and that's another good reason to get him to like go to drugs once he gets back home, is like he feels guilty that he tried to like do something to get them home. And it ends up not working, and then he ends up getting another person killed because of it. Yeah.
But it kind of sucks though, because the only 2 people that it can be is Jed and Molly, and we haven't seen him
not talked to ever.
So there's an idea. Again, there's an idea there. It's a good idea, but they haven't done anything to like build upon that idea.
Well, in terms of fucking a character being responsible for death, even though they've like never interacted. We got another example of that later in this episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, Travis calls up to Lottie, and he's like, "Hey, I was feeling some like crazy tree magic shit. You should like come with me." And Lottie's like, "Okay." And then he goes out to the woods, and it seems like he's kind of having second thoughts. Like he's trying to like gas himself up to like actually go through with this.
Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting it.
Off later of like I can't, I won't. Like it seems like he's really having trouble like going through with this.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, fair enough. Because you know, he's like, Lottie, you are like fucking this up for all of us. Like, you know, we have a chance of going home, and you are ruining it. I do like that. He seems like so genuine here. Like he's like, you know, like he seems so desperate. Like he feels like this is like the only way to like get them out of here is to like do something like killing Lottie. But like, even if he doesn't like Lottie, they've been out here for so long together that like I can see him just being like torn up on it.
Yeah. Just kind of weird. You're having this conversation with the wrong person, Travis. Because Lottie really isn't. I mean, yeah, Lottie kind of did the thing earlier, but at this point, it's only really Shauna that's fucking up all their chances to go home.
Yeah, like Lottie is like seems fine if everybody else leaves. Like she's, you know, she's staying, but everybody else seems like it's fine. It's fair game. So, well, yeah, I don't understand why Travis didn't shoot Shauna in the fucking head earlier.
I don't know.
Is he spent like hours, presumably, building this pit, and that whole time he's just like, "Do you think I should have killed Shauna earlier?" Nah.
Speaking of what happened to the crossbow, we didn't see it after like the opening of the episode.
I guess, you know, Shauna can take the rifle from Natalie without a fight. I guess she just took the crossbow from Travis without a fight.
Did she pull like the Darth Vader from Star Wars and just use the Force and just took everyone's weapons and everything like that? Like,
yeah, okay, and it's like. I would be honored if you would join me.
Like, you know, Travis went to shoot the crossbow, and then she just, you know, did the Force, and then...
yeah, she, like, bounced it off her hand, like Darth Vader, and ripped it from his...
Yeah, so... Like,
who would be Boba Fett in this situation?
Who would be Boba Fett?
You know, when Boba Fett just, like, walked from, like, outside, from the corner.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who would be Boba. Actually, later on, Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah, true. Yeah, I see.
I mean, I don't know, but obviously with the situation earlier, because you know Hannah hasn't turned yet, I guess. Melissa, maybe, because she was still kind of into Shauna at this point.
Yeah.
Melissa. No, other Thaisa.
Yeah. Oh, wait, it's another thing. Melissa was at the meeting, wasn't she? With team Let's Stay Here Forever.
Yeah. Because, you know...
Why? She was literally rambling to Shauna, like, oh my god, I'm so happy to go back and, like, just do a bunch of normal shit. But I guess here she's like, oh, fuck it, I guess.
It seems like they wanted to even out, like, the teams. I know.
Right, but that's stupid, because, like, half the people on Team Let's Stay Here Forever don't even want to stay here forever. And then the other half aren't even on the same page about staying forever.
Well, it's not even that. The other half, again, also now they got fucked.
A lot of Shauna are not even on the same page. Like, it's literally just Shauna.
Yeah, I don't get. Yeah, it seems like I liked the idea they're setting up. They were setting up a team of one wanted to stay here forever, one not, but they didn't really do a good job of establishing this plot very well.
Right, stupid. Like the idea of like let's stay here forever is actually the dumbest idea you could ever have in this situation.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Like again, I feel like I would just take the gun and shoot myself at that point. It's like, okay, well, I'm just bye guys. I ain't fucking doing this shit anymore. Bye.
I mean, I know you don't know where you're going, and I know they tried this before, but I would just start walking, try to go somewhere. Like anywhere has to be better than there.
Again, it's kind of the point of like, okay, I mean, I'm just gonna fucking start walking, and if I get attacked by a wolf, I was gonna die anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, Harvey fucked off half the fucking season show, so.
Yeah, no, it's this whole situation is like insane. Like I can't even believe we got to this point. So yeah, Travis, is like trying to like hype himself up to kill Lottie. Lottie is like, I'm sorry, Travis. Like I didn't want to ruin this. I just wanted you to see that Javi's like still with us. And then we get like a little breeze. Lottie walks onto the pit. Nothing happens. She kind of like smirks at Travis. And Travis has a look on his face that just says like, what the fuck is this magic bullshit?
Yeah, I can't blame it. Honestly, if this is what Natalie was talking about, saying like, I don't believe, like, I would blame Travis for not believing that. I'm like, wait, how did this fucking happen? I can't believe this happened. Like, if that's what Natalie meant, I can understand.
It's like Lottie became aware of the fact that she's in the present and that she cannot die in the past.
She has plot armor. She put a plot armor
Yeah,
on.
but read the script and she's like, I cannot die here.
Provided by Neo, because Neo was reading it, so she.
And Nier fucking handed her the script. I love that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it for Travis's plot this episode. He builds a pit, tries to get Lottie to go in it, but magic bullshit saves the day.
I gotta say, pretty solid for the most part. Just you know.
I mean, I like that Travis like doing something.
It just one person, Travis.
Yeah, wrong person, and also again that like I don't like that like literal magic bailed Lottie out.
Yeah, I don't. And again, if we find out there's no supernatural stuff, then what the hell?
That makes no sense if there's like no supernatural shit.
Yeah, like how the hell did Lottie survive this other than her being around?
Yeah,
other than having plot armor. So
I only saw like a fucking 20-pound log broke through the like the cover. So like, there's no way that like Lottie would survive that.
And I was gonna see if Molly and Jen or Pico, I mean, I get they were like running full speed, but they weigh in like the same height as like Lottie. Like if they can like run onto it.
It's 100% Lottie should have died here.
Yeah.
Like literal magic got in Travis's way.
And plot armor.
Yeah, this is like the one thing in the past where I'm like cool with it, and like also Natalie. Natalie was making. It was dumb that she let Shauna have the rifle, but like after that point, Natalie was like fine.
Yeah.
So yeah. Fucking backwards cap girl is talking with Hannah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to hype this up for you. Don't forget, like episode 7, they hyped up that like Jen and Melissa were gonna have like they got really close with Hannah in the past, and like so close, like they got these are two characters that like bonded, York and Carolina, Obi-Wan and Luke and Han Solo, Walt and Jesse, Hank and Walt, Mike and Gus, maybe not that one, but Saul and Kim, Mike and Jesse, all these characters that get into like really, close. That's got nothing on this. This is really riveted stuff. They get so close here, AJ. Just talk about the closeness,
Yeah, no, I can really feel the friendship building between these two. So they're playing tic-tac-toe. And that's kind of like the most we get out of this.
Also, honestly, somehow, I don't know how, but somehow Light and Al got even closer than they did.
Yeah, I had an easier time buying that they were friends when they were literally each other.
I know, it's so weird.
And once again, Jen is not a character. Jen has not spoken a fucking word.
I think since they recast her, she's spoken less words.
Yeah, I agree. So backwards cap girl is just shooting the shit with Hannah. Got a real fucking strong chemistry here. And it's like, so like, are they gonna like keep us prisoner forever? And backwards cap girl, again, being such a really good friend is like trying to reassure Hannah. I know she doesn't actually. She's just kind of like, I kind of stopped trying to predict what happens out here a long time ago. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow, thanks, cap girl. You really fucking reassured her. And backwards cap girl was like, so what happened on the latest season of some 90s show, I guess? And Hannah's like, I don't know. I'm mainly playing Nickelodeon at my house. Wink, wink. And backwards cap girl is like, what do you mean? And Hannah's like, I have a 10-year-old daughter. And backwards cap girl is like, damn, she hot? And Hannah's like, what? And backwards cap girl is like, nothing.
This just came out in the most unnatural way that like, obviously because this scene only had to exist because Melissa marries her daughter in the present, so they had to find a way to like bring this up, and they brought up the most unnatural.
Yeah. I mean, I think Hannah was just trying to like manipulate backwards cap girl like a little bit. Like I think Sean was kind of right that like backwards cap girl was trying to make or Hannah's trying to make backwards Cap Girl like sympathize with her.
Yeah, fair.
If she brings
Fail. But it still came up unnaturally, though. It doesn't mean...
unnatural. Like, it was super clunky. And again, so, like, obviously it's, like, not presented that way, but it, with the hindsight of what happens later, it does come off as really creepy.
Yeah.
The
Especially...
Hannah's, like, or like a 10-year-old kid to backwards Cap Girl, and backwards Cap Girl was like, I'm gonna fuck that kid.
And if she's like 10, by the way, was she just after like they get out of this? Was she just stalking like a 10-year-old for like years?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're gonna get out of this in the next couple months. Backwards Cap Girl, I guess just like fakes her death pretty shortly after they get back, and yeah, I guess she just like stalked Hannah's daughter, you know, when she was like a child, and then eventually like started dating her.
That kind of makes like what she says in the present really even like fucking creepy. Like, she was probably thinking to herself, like, yeah, I'm trying not to fall in love with her. Yeah, that's because she's probably 10. That's because she's 10 years old when you like started stalking.
I fucking the idea that like backwards Cap Girl is like stalking this like 11-year-old kid, and she's like, pull yourself together, man. I can't fall in love with her.
And then the teacher from Kiss Sis will show up and be like, I can't let this happen, type of thing. Like this cannot happen. But then like,
I would love that. She'd be 100% justified for that.
It'd be actually funny if the opposite happened. If she actually didn't stop this and kept stopping.
Incest is okay. I mean, incest is bad. Pedophilia is okay. I'd be like, okay, weird standard. Well, actually, it's implied remember, she was having a wet dream about Kita, who's like 15. So, you know, she's all about being a pedophile.
That's very true. You know, so...
They're both like redheads too. I can imagine them just like high-fiving each other. Like, yeah.
Wait, redhead? Melissa's not a redhead.
Yeah. From like this is like blonde-ish, like redhead-ish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, Melissa's like redhead / like blonde. You know, they got like roughly the same color hair.
That's true. But yeah, this scene just didn't. But this scene just really didn't work for that scene. Where just did not work for me. Just can you imagine, by the way, if Yellowjackets wrote in LVB, the director, and the Carolina story, they would have like unnaturally brought up that like the direct, because that's never actually like said in the show that's just like,
yeah, but like the way they do it, you can tell that's what's happening. It's like brought up in a much more natural way compared to this.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, especially what happens at the end of this episode with Melissa and Hannah, with their allegiances, I don't buy that they're going to get much closer than this.
I mean, they got one episode left, so you know, they're gonna have to like really.
Okay, because of what happens with Cody later, I'm gonna guess that Hannah's sticking around.
Probably, yeah.
Like, Hannah's probably gonna be in season 4.
Is it deserved? I don't know. But you know,
After what she did, definitely not.
I'll just, you know, but the actress is good, so you know, at least we get some good stuff with the actress. So
yeah, actress. Sucks she has bad material. But yeah, you know, like I said, backwards Cap Girl mentions that like, oh, you know, people will do crazy things just to see another day. Again, like I said, that's gonna be like the idea of this episode, and then it's executed really badly. But yeah, Shauna gets pissed off with backwards Cap Girl. Backwards Cap Girl is like, what the fuck? And Shauna's like, obviously, Hannah's like manipulating you by like bringing up the fact that she has a daughter, like she's lying, to make you like sympathize. The backwards Cap Girl was like, I mean, I do sympathize with her, but like that's not because I'm like being manipulated. And Shauna's like, well, you're stupid and you suck and like you're bad at sex, and also you're ugly, and then and nobody likes you. And then backwards Cap Girl is like, okay, bye. I guess. And then Shauna's like, don't you dare fucking ignore me. You're going to fight with me and you're going to like it.
I know. Shauna was like wanted a fight to happen here. So.
Yeah. Again, I mean, maybe this is Shauna's really bad attempt at like flirting. Like she doesn't actually know how to like flirt with people. So she's like, is this how it works?
I mean, yeah, she never really flirts with Jeff that much. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe this is how she seduced Jeff. You know, maybe this is how they started banging each other.
Yeah, you know, could have been.
Yeah. So yeah, they go outside.
What do you think Shauna and Jeff's wedding vows were like? That was probably fucking terrifying.
I promise not to shoot my gun at you, and Jeff's like, that is oddly specific.
Oh, yeah, and then by the way, you know what sucks? The thing I loved about Shauna's plot was, Jeff knows all this stuff, but now I can't even buy that. Jeff might not even know about any of this because the episode 7 established that like he didn't even know about the researchers like stuff. So
Right. I was gonna say I really like the idea that like Jeff already knows about like everything in the past, but like now they've established that they're like picking and choosing what Jeff knows.
and we don't, we don't know. So
Yeah. Well, and again, it's like if Shauna left out the scientists, then like she would have to leave out like all of this shit. Like, there's no way you can like talk about all this in the journals without mentioning the scientists.
and again, like we've talked about before, like the journals was like everyone was like freaking the hell out, being like, "Oh, you gotta get rid of the journals! Like you didn't get rid of the journals, you didn't get rid of their journals. Like, so what's in the journals that like, you know?"
Yeah. What would like be so damning in the journal?
I don't know. And again, we don't know if the bed stuff's in there now too, because like that might.
Yeah, we don't know. And now they are really picking and choosing what's in there. So now we have no fucking clue what Jeff knows and what he doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah. They end up having a fight outside.
And that kind of ruins Jeff's character in the present now too.
Huh?
That ruins Jeff's character in the present. That was a cool thing about Jeff in the present. Like he was staying with her through all this shit. That kind of ruined his character now because that one.
Yeah. It, like diminishes all that. Yeah.
So.
Backwards Cap Girl, I feel bad for her because Shauna's just like flinging insults. She's like, you're worthless. Nobody likes you. You smell bad. Okay, so I'm joking, but like she does say something that's pretty brutal, where she says like, nobody cared about you until me. Like you're nothing. And even the background people are like, fuck.
On it, that kind of was fun. That felt like fourth wall breaking a little bit because obviously like she was just a background character up until like Yeah.
Well, again, I feel like Shauna's talking about herself here, where like she views her relationship with Backwards Cap Girl as like her relationship with Jackie, where that's probably how she feels about herself and Jackie. That like she was nothing until she met Jackie, and it like only reason people care about her.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I would have taken this quote more seriously if she didn't say this to like I don't know Backwards Cap Girl. I would probably take that quote more seriously.
Right. Well, again, yeah, because it's like very true. Because she literally had like one line before the season.
Like, if she said this to, like, Thais or, like, Van, I would probably buy it.
Yeah. Right, but yeah, I think the writers are going for the idea that, like, Shawn is, like, being so abusive to Backwards Cap Girl because she, like, sees herself in Backwards Cap Girl.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were, fucking each other for months. So she probably literally sees herself in Backwards Cap Girl.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Shauna, sorry, Backwards Cap Girl says something that's pretty sad, where she just says, like, why do you have to, like, be so mean? Backwards Cap Girl, you did kind of tell her that, like, you admire the fact that she's, like, being a bitch and, like, doesn't care that she's being a bitch anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. She's kind of...
All right, Backwards Cap Girl, you kind of encourage this.
Yeah, so I get to try to go for, like, the villain made the creation worse. I'm pretty sure they've done that story a bunch before. But, yeah, I can't really feel bad for Backwards Cap Girl here. She kind of dug her own grave.
But then Shauna pulls out the fucking gun and, like, actually points it at Melissa because she's, like, continuing to walk away. Everyone, again, continues to stand around like idiots. And Backwards Cap Girl is just like, I fucking dare you. And yeah, sure enough, Shauna actually pulls the fucking trigger. And apparently Shauna has really good fucking aim because she actually, like, just grazed, like, her sleeve of her, like, jacket.
Yeah.
Like, did it. And Owen, I don't know if you fired a gun before. It's pretty tough, Like, I had to fire a shotgun and an automatic for, like, my job.
Yeah.
And, like, being that pinpoint accurate is pretty fucking tough.
Yeah, it seems like it, so... But I do have to ask a question if Shauna's, like...
Yeah, I did make a mistake last episode. I called it a shotgun because I thought it was a shotgun. It's a rifle, because I was going to say, like, if it was a shotgun spray, because it's, like, pellets. So, like, you'll fire off, like, fucking, like, 8 bullets in one shotgun shell.
Okay.
So if like she fired a shotgun, fucking Melissa would be fucking dead because obviously like the shotgun like sprays.
I don't know though. Lottie stepped on the fucking pit and didn't die, so you know.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's a rifle, not a shotgun. I just wanted to correct myself. It's my bad. I've been calling it a shotgun. It's a rifle. But even so, there's fucking the chance Shauna absolutely would have fucking not been that pinpoint.
I do have to ask though if Shauna's was that pinpoint.
Like,
yeah, I do have to ask though if Shauna was then that pinpoint, and like is actually good with this gun. Like, why hasn't she been hunted? And look, we gave Shauna.
Well, it's like if she was this good at firing the gun, if she was that pinpoint accurate, she should have been hunted.
Yeah, I do remember she didn't do the test last time, so you know we didn't really know her capabilities, and we gave her a break.
Well, then if she was like, I'm a really good shot, but like I'm not gonna help out because fuck you guys.
Yeah, and we gave her a break last season because she was pregnant and like going through some stuff. But I feel like now it's been like about a year now. It's been probably a few months since like she lost the baby and everything like that. At this point, she should have been fucking hunted.
100%. So yeah, Melissa starts peeing her pants, like literally, because what happened, which makes sense. And then Van, I finally somebody in the crowd decided to do fucking something. Van like grabs the jacket and like tries to cover like backwards cap girl. Is like, hey, come on, let's go, let's get out of here. Obviously because like she's peeing her pants and like Shauna just kind of like starts like laughing at her.
Yeah,
because it's like humiliating.
Very much so.
I do kind of like that. Obviously, Van and Backwards Cap Girl have no relationship at all. They have not like spoken to each other. But Van and I guess it's more Thaisa that's worried about that whole thing. But like how people perceive you as like being like gay in the 90s. But like I guess the idea is that like Van and Backwards Cap Girl are both like gay, so she maybe like feels like sorry for her, like because obviously her girlfriend's treating her like absolute crap.
Yeah, I mean I think you put more thought to it than they did. I think because Melissa kills her in the present, so I think they wanted to have like one scene with them probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the only like if I want to try to give it some thought, like maybe that's the idea, because I'm like of all the people to like go and try and help Melissa out, it's Van. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's the reasoning. But yeah, you're right. It probably just that like they have not interacted, and because Melissa ends up killing Van in the present, they're like, okay, let's give them like one scene together.
Yep.
And again, everybody else is just like chill with Shauna doing that. Shauna like shoots at her fucking girlfriend because of a like tiny argument, makes her piss herself, and she like fucking mocks her for like doing that, and it just like walks off. And this is the point where I want to bring up the 3 videos I sent you, Owen. I sent you 3 videos. One was Captain America and Bucky just beating the absolute piss out of Iron Man. Like he's trying to fight them, and they're like throwing each other the shield and just like beating the shit out of them.
I saw that one, yeah.
And it's from a show called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where it's like 2 guys just beating the shit out of each other, and like of a guy like kicking him on the street, and another guy is sitting there drinking his tea. He finishes his tea, and then he joins them in kicking the shit out of him.
I saw that one too, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one is from a show called Jujutsu Kaisen, where it's 2 guys just fucking beating the absolute shit out of this one demon guy. Like every time he like gets punched in one direction, he gets punched.
I saw this one too. Yeah, I saw them all. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, I just was the whole time I was thinking like, this is what they should have been doing to Shauna when she stole the shotgun earlier, not the shotgun, the rifle earlier from Natalie, and was like forcing them all to stay. And here, where she literally fired at her girlfriend, not even ex-girlfriend at this point, like her girlfriend, over a tiny argument. Like everybody should have been like, okay, cool, we're jumping her, we're all kicking her ass, like right, like we're all in agreement on this.
Yeah, and that would have Shauna too was already pointing the rifle at Melissa. At this point, Khan would have been down, so no one probably would have died at that point and everything like that. Everyone would have been able to everyone could have just gotten a good shot on Shauna and just beat the absolute crap out of her and everything.
Yeah, 100%. Again, like whether you're on team stay here or team go, it's like we all got to be in agreement that Shauna's a fucking loose cannon, right? Like, if she's willing to fire a gun at her girlfriend over a tiny argument like this, like, she would shoot all of us in an instant, like 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, this really solidifies what I was saying earlier of, like, this goes beyond the fact that, like, they're all chill with her in the present. This wouldn't even be a, like, oh, I'm just going to not talk to her. This is a, like, we need to, like, kill her. Like, whether we get back home or not, like, she needs to die.
Yeah.
So, like, again, I just have a hard time believing everybody was just chill with Shauna for 25 years.
Yeah, 100%. I don't even know how you could. I don't even know how you could justify it at this point. So.
So yeah. So team, let's get the fuck out of here. It was like letting Hannah go on a bathroom break, and Hannah's like, "Why are we so far away from camp?" And then they all kind of like force her into like this like area, and she's like thinking, "Oh my god, you're gonna kill me." But Natalie is like, no, listen. Like, you want to get out of here, right? Like, I'm going to give you this knife tonight when everybody's sleeping. Cut you and Cody free, and we're going to make a run for it.
You knew this wasn't going to work, unfortunately.
No. But, like, again, it's like with Travis, like, at least they're doing something.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, that night, sure enough, they're going to cut themselves free. Hannah brings up something that Dead Meat brought up, where it's like, she brings up to Cody, like, why is the name on your sleeping bag different? And so yeah, I thought they were going to, like, do something with this. But, I mean, obviously not, because of what's about to happen. So, like, I don't know why they set up the fact that Cody's kind of, like, shady.
And again, what a weird time to bring that up when you can finally get out of there and everything like that. Like,
yeah, what a good point of like what why the fuck does that matter? Like, I don't know. I just got it at like a thrift store.
Yeah, he might be telling the truth. You know, he's
like, I get you're nervous, but like we got to get out of here. Like, come on, like stop stalling. Like, you want to see your kid?
Yeah.
So, yeah, sure enough, they get cut for free. And then Backwards Cap Girl goes up to Jen and she's like, "Hey, listen, I want in on your like escape plan." It reminds me of the Boiling Rock in Avatar, which shit's saying, where he's like, "Hey guys, I want in."
Yeah, I thought what was gonna happen was like they were setting up that Misty was gonna be the double agent, but then you find out that like Melissa was actually the double agent, so like they staged like an argument, so that way they would have Melissa.
Thinking, but no, because Shauna just like uses the Force to like sense a disturbance.
Well, she was also still up, I guess. So, you know.
Well, yeah, but she was up, but she just kind of like shot back up, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, she like smelt the fact that they were leaving.
I guess so.
Well, because I'm like, if they're trying to say that like they were making noise and like Shauna heard it, then like I didn't catch that.
I don't think they really made much noise.
But yeah, I guess the idea is that like, because we saw like Shauna was like staring at like her bedside, like obviously like she was like seeing that like Backwards Cap Girl wasn't next to her.
How come Ben couldn't get this before his death? I know he was still getting tortured and everything like that, but like, you know, these people got this, but not Ben. That's a shame.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, Shauna gets up and she's holding up a gunpoint, and she's like, "How dare you not want to stay out in these fucking woods forever, you absolute animals! You know, how would you want? Why would you want to go back home? That's crazy, crazy."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Who gave you that knife?" And Hannah is just immediately like, "Oh, Cody gave it to me. Like it was his idea to escape." And I love Cody's response. I'm just like, "You fucking lying cunt!"
I love it. Yeah, it was awesome.
And then Hannah, fucking okay. So Hannah, it's so fucking stupid.
You have to pull yourself together. I didn't like this either.
I don't. Owen, you don't understand. When I first saw this, I literally said out loud, "Why?" Like, I was like, "Why?"
I didn't get it either.
Like, I feel like Yellowjackets makes me do that the most. Usually I'm pretty quiet when I'm watching shows. But, like, Yellowjackets has had quite a few moments where I'm like, what?
Yeah. The biggest
one. And this was, I feel like, one of the most like what the fuck moments where I was like, what just happened?
The biggest one for me, I don't think it's this one, but it was the Natalie thing when she told Forko. I mean, I guess that one it was more hindsight. You know, when she told Forko not to go to like the Thin or whatever. You know, the hunt.
Yeah, I didn't quite have that moment at that, but I was kind of like, why the fuck are you doing this?
Or like letting Lottie stay at like when Shauna and Jeff let Lana stay at their house.
This and like the thing with Lottie was like where I had to like pause it to be like, no, no, no.
But yeah, this was.
You know, I like paused it when they agreed to let Lottie stay. And I was like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But this one, I didn't get this. I didn't get this at all. I'm like, what the hell is this about?
Yeah, so and this was like so sudden. I was like, is this real? Like, is this like a fucking dream? Like, what the fuck is this?
Actually, another one. Actually, it's in this was when Shauna got the gun from Natalie. Like, wait, no, that did not just happen. That did not just happen. Like,
Yeah, I was like, what? I didn't pause it at that moment, but I was like, I did have to rewind it to be like, well, hold on, how did this happen?
yeah. So
Here I had to pause it and be like, what?
to be fair, Kiss Sis has had a few of these moments though. So
Yeah, but like you expect it from Kiss Sis. You don't walk into a show like Kiss Sis and expect some fucking sanity.
that's fair.
So Hannah turns around and just stabs Cody in the face. He dies, and then she just like pulls out the knife and gives it to Shauna, and she's like, "Hey, so like, you're Hitler, and I want to be Himmel. So like, let's do this."
We don't really get anything more from this. I'm gonna love it if like the next episode kicks off.
Even Shauna's like, "Okay, I wasn't expecting that."
I would just love it if Shauna just decides anyways to like blow.
She's like, yeah, "I'm still gonna shoot you."
Yeah. Honestly, I'm making that as a joke, but that might actually happen, to be honest. So.
I mean, it would be deserved on Hannah's part. Where basically the idea is like Hannah's doing this to like save herself. Like she's pinning the blame on Cody because she could have just like told on Natalie. But I think it's like she sees. I was going to say she thinks maybe she has like a better shot escaping with Natalie than with Cody.
But
Cody
knows how to get out of there.
Knows how to get out of there.
Yeah.
So that's dumb reasoning. I guess the idea is that like Hannah's proving her loyalty to Shauna by like killing Cody. She is like throwing away her chance of escaping. So she's like, see, like I killed Cody, you know, there you go. Like that's showing like that like I'm not gonna escape now because I killed her only chance of escaping.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb. Well, one, like I said earlier, they were kind of setting that up with what Back with Catgirl said about like, oh, you'd be surprised what people will do just to see another day. You know, because that's like a big theme of the show is that like, you know, people will do some crazy shit when like put in crazy situations. Hannah's been on here like a week max.
Yeah.
Out of her just like instantly killing another human being. And she's just like chill with it. She's like fine. She doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she didn't break down and cry. Didn't do any of that type of thing. So
No, she just like was just chilling. She looked like she just fucking like, you know, got told that her fucking dinner got burnt in the oven. You know, like that's the kind of face she had.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I feel like too now. The whole thing they set up in the present was like, I mean, yes, the Yellowjackets caused this, but now we can't even say anymore. The Yellowjackets caused her to die out there. Like Hannah helped the Yellowjackets kill her in the future and everything like that, more than anything else.
So when Hannah dies, now I'm not gonna give a shit. It's like, okay, deserved. Fuck you. So yeah, super out of the blue for Hannah. It also sucks because Cody was a pretty cool character. I liked him. You know, he was pragmatic. You know, he wasn't like too much of a dick, but he also was kind of just like selfish, and he was looking out for himself as priority.
Yeah.
You know, he was cool. I liked him. Cool, good actor, good. You know, everything. Like I thought he was fine. And then again, they were kind of setting something up with him that like maybe he was kind of shady. Maybe there was like more to him than we thought. You know, especially because it got brought up again. Like it was kind of just brought up like briefly, like before. But then, you know, like Hannah brought it up again of like, you know, why is your sleeping bag name different? And then she just kills him. And then it's like, okay, well, I mean, obviously we're not really going to get anything more on him.
And if we do, it doesn't really gonna matter. He's dead. Yeah. I said this off camera. He's the Declan of Yellowjackets. Declan was used as a hype man to hype up the more badasses, well, I guess he didn't hype up Gus, but the Lydia and like Jack's group, and then Walter White, and then I think Mike. He was used to hype up Mike, I think, at one point.
Yeah, he hyped up Mike, Walt, and then Lydia and Jack's gang. Like he's kind of vaguely cool, and then he just fucking gets treated like a bitch by everybody to hype them up. That's pretty much what Cody was. He's like a pretty cool guy, and then he just gets fucking slaughtered to hype up how evil Shauna and Hannah are.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate. I thought they could have done some stuff with Cody. It doesn't make sense to kill Cody anyways, because he can also like not just hunt, but he knows the woods anyway. So even if he can't get them out of there, he knows the woods enough. He knows.
I think even Thaisa, who was on team Let's Stay Here Forever, would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because, I think Thaisa wanted to leave eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
So, again, this is another example of, okay, so everybody should, want to kill Shauna, right now.
And Hannah. And Hannah.
And Hannah. This whole situation is crazy. That, this was their one shot at rescue, and they fucked it up so badly.
Yeah, this could have been a good story, I thought. They did it pretty well in season 1, where they had those moments, and then other outside sources fucked it up, and this was a good. This storyline had a lot of potential, and they really fucked it up.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the idea. Is that the Yellowjackets had a chance, and they ruined it, and it's okay, but it was because 3 motherfuckers are evil for the sake of being evil, and everybody else are just a bunch of bitches and don't want to actually go home.
Yeah,
they say they want. They're not actually doing anything to go home.
Except Travis, but what he's doing isn't really.
They have a man who can get them the fuck out of here, and they're just not doing anything about it. They are literally expecting fucking God himself to teleport them back home. Is what is that? That is the only thing I can believe.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking recast girl. Her and Travis were leaving. They were on their way home, and she was bitching and moaning about we don't have Ben though, and what about the others? And Travis was like, oh, we will go home and send people back to get them. We are going home right now. And recast girl was like, I'm leaving a trail so they can ambush him. LOL. I don't want to fucking go home. I want to keep playing with the fucking rabbits and smoking cave fumes.
I think this is
Recast girl didn't do shit this episode, but I just felt the need to fucking roast her because this is all her fucking fault.
Yeah, it really is. It's her fault. It's Shauna's fault. It's Hannah's fault now.
You're all selling. You all so again. If I were fucking Natalie or Travis, I'm just killing everybody. Fuck it. You were all dying. I am the last person here. I don't want to be around any of you motherfuckers anymore.
I would just kill everybody and just start fucking walking at that point.
I would kill all these people and then myself.
To blame him, yeah.
We all deserve to die. None of us deserve to live.
Honestly, if I got into the situation, I'm just leaving. I don't care what the fuck happens to me.
I would kill all of you because I hate you, and then I would kill myself because I was around you fuckers for so long.
This is insane, yeah. I feel too, the best way to put this is they wanted to do a storyline where they had a chance to go home, but then they fucked it up. But the writers themselves fucked it up. It wasn't the character. Well, I guess it was the characters, but
identity. Nobody has a brain right now.
I don't understand what happened.
And then everybody else is kind of sad when they see Hannah fucking stab Cody's brains out. Everyone's like, oh, that sucks. Again, it looks like they just found out their dinner got burnt in the oven. They are not treating the fact that they are stuck here forever, as far as they know, with any sort of gravity. They're just kind of
So should we put this up?
Okay. One person is. Because Natalie and the others are waiting for Hannah and Cody. But then Jen and Melissa show up and they're like, hey, so We got good news and bad news. Bad news is Cody's fucking dead. The good news is there's no good news.
That's exactly how they say it too. Like they don't even break this news like this was like a heart like this was supposed to be like a heartbreak or anything like that. Like they break this news like you just said, like good news, bad news.
Yeah. So and we get one person having the fucking appropriate reaction to this. Natalie's actress did such a good job. Like I really felt the heartbreak. Where like after they basically say the words "Cody's dead," like their conversation kind of gets like drowned out. You just like zoom in on Natalie as like she's not even like paying attention to the rest of the conversation. She just kind of like sits down, and you just see her just like crying, and she's like sobbing, like her mouth's open, and like she just is so defeated. She's tried so hard to be like the leader of the group. She's tried to save Javi. She's tried to save Ben. Everything she's done has gone wrong and blown up in her face. And then, like, now their one chance, as far as they know, of getting home has been fucking ruined. And she's just, like, sobbing. She's tried so hard, and it's all blown up in her face. And then, to fucking really hammer it in, a few specks of snow start falling down. And she just, like, looks up, and she starts sobbing even more. The actress did such a good job. This was, like, the best scene in
I agree.
This is one of the best show. It sucks it's surrounded by a bunch of horse shit. But, like, this one scene in isolation is so fucking good.
I do gotta say, though, why did everyone just, like, leave Natalie out there to, like, sob? Like, they just left her there. They just left.
Yeah, like, obviously it's implied she was out there crying for, like, a long time. Because it, like, pans out, like, everybody's gone. So I guess everybody was just like, hey, should we, like, help Natalie? Like, nah, just leave her.
That was weird. Like, I thought that was just, like, in her head everyone was gone. Like, she was just taking that moment to, like... You know, it was all in a... Like, she was obviously sobbing, but she's like... She's just so distant from everyone. But no, everyone was actually gone. Like, it was so weird. Like
Natalie's just out there, like, crying, like, all night. And, like, everybody else just, like, left.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
Everybody's like, oh, Cody's dead. All right, let's get some Z's.
Yeah.
But, yeah, again, I felt so bad for Natalie. Natalie's, like, the main character, basically. You know, I felt so bad for her. She tried so hard to,
well,
you know...
I wouldn't say
work.
I wouldn't say so hard.
Then,
so hard with how much the writers allow her to try so hard. So
right again, you know, the fact that she like let Shauna get the gun is like actual peak stupidity. But like besides that, you know.
Yeah. So, but then you know what I guess the stupidity wasn't over there. There's one more thing that happens that like honestly they should have just ended it with this scene, but they had to do one more thing as I guess for something. So.
Yeah, so Natalie in the distance spots Misty like running towards something. So Natalie goes to see, and we see that Misty pulls out the transmodulator, you know, the tracking device for the plane, the one that she broke in season 1, and she's like looking through the parts of it, and she's gonna try and repair the phone that Van and Taissa found with the parts, and she sees Natalie, and she's instantly like, oh my god, I think I figured it out, like I'm gonna get us home. Because, you know, in her mind, she's thinking, like, I'm going to be the hero. But Natalie is like, holy fuck, you have the tracking device? And then Misty's face just goes like, oh, shit, I kind of forgot about that.
This is really weird, though, because, like, obviously they're not... Like, did Misty, like, go and, like... Because obviously they've moved, like, places. As you said the last episode, they're deeper in the woods now. They're not, like, around, like, the tracking device anymore. So, like...
Yeah, I guess the idea is that like they're still somewhat close to like the remains of the cabin.
But yeah, I just want to.
Oh no! Wait a minute though, because the tracking device was near the plane crash.
Yeah.
And then they moved to the cabin.
Yes.
And I mean we don't really know where they're at now.
Yeah, but yeah, did Misty just go on her own like a little adventure and then find this and then like bury it? I don't know what happened here. Like, but
although I will say. Misty, I mean, what they're going to do, they're not going to have Misty fucking lie. They're going to have, you know, Natalie find out that Misty broke in. That's the reason they're out here. But, like, if I were Misty, again, fucking lie, and lie some more. Just say, like, yeah, like, it was already broken when I found it. I found it pretty recently. I didn't tell anybody because Shauna's fucking crazy. And, you know, I'm going to try and fix the phone. There you go. I mean, you know, whether Natalie would believe that or not, I don't know. But, like, at least give it a shot.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll do that next episode. But based off this episode, you really can't give them a lot of credit and everything like that. So,
yeah, but yeah, I'm saying it'd be pretty easy for Misty to just like bullshit her way out of this. But what you said it off camera. What's most likely going to happen is like Natalie ends up being like really pissed at Misty, but she's like so desperate to like get out of here that she's willing to like put that aside.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's it for the.
And it makes also one thing, and it also makes sense that Natalie obviously is going to find out about this because there's that scene in the present of season 1 where Natalie was going to go visit Travis and Misty wanted to go, and Natalie instantly like knew that Misty messed up her car so she could go on the trip. So that makes sense why. I remember I even said this in the season 1 video when that happened, that like Natalie might find out that Misty destroyed the tracker for the plane in the past and everything like that. Yeah, that's it for the past. We could say it now. This was our first full episode without any sign of Ben. And all the logic went out with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how appropriate. Because before it's like, okay, well we had Ben's decapitated head, and then we had Misty taking a shit, which Ben was probably in that shit, or he was that shit.
And then we had to see what the plan with Natalie too, and his coach bag was like there. So
yeah, you're right. So now that we have got a true episode with 100% no Ben, it was one of the worst in the series.
I just like to think Stephen Crew, the actor that plays Ben, was like, because obviously he was probably still there for some of when they were shooting these scenes. He was probably like, off camera, just like, wow, this show really took a hit without me being here. So. I like to think he's like I like to think he like wants to step in there. Like, okay, I got to make this like I got to get in there. Like, I can't let this.
Please let me help the show. Yeah. So this is probably one of the only episodes where the present is better than the past, I'd say. Because I mean, like, it's weird because a lot of really important stuff happened this episode. But like it's all handled really badly.
Yeah, and we'll get and as we're going to talk about, the present's not much better. So, the present's probably just like whatever type of thing. But whatever, let's just let's get into it. Really disappointed because the past has been like really carrying this season. I think not like an RVB season 9 carry, but like the
we're like, hey, just cut out the present entirely.
But I thought like the Yellowjackets past was fantastic, and this is really disappointing. I just even though the researchers storyline isn't really over, it's really disappointing that this was the storyline that followed the amazing Ben storyline that took place this season. Yeah. It got to the point where I even asked off camera, did they kill Ben off too soon? Because at least we would still have that to like look forward to and everything like that.
Yeah, my thing was like Ben's send-off was like so perfect that like I feel like they would have ruined it if they like dragged it out the entire season.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's disappointing. The pass is,
and it sucks too. I even said in one of the videos that like I was expecting a bit of a quality dip after Ben died. But like this is a big dip.
Yeah, we've had a dip, but not like that much. This like really took. This wasn't even like a dip. This was like a drop. This was like a drop. Like the fucking subterranean trench, Yeah.
We're at any bottom right now.
No, we're at what's it called?
Rock bottom.
Rock bottom. Yeah, that's where we are. Yeah, the past is 2 of these. That's what the past is. So then we have the present. We actually have something good in this episode, though. And it's a Jeff and Callie scene. What's weird? Some of the good stuff in the episode is like it doesn't really seem to involve like the main cast for some reason. Like it's always like a Ben. It's always like a
Yeah, Jeff and Callie. It sucks they only get like 2 minutes of screen time an episode because like their plot is like the best.
So obviously Jeff and Callie have gone back home, and Callie is getting ready to smoke some weed, roll up a joint because she lost her pipe or whatever. And Jeff comes in a great mood. He's instantly calling her out for like smoking weed and everything like that. And I love that she just mentions to Jeff that like her mom has like been straight up stealing her weed, which is hilarious. And Jeff says that he got the job with the Joel brothers. I don't think that's what their names are, but I'm calling them the Joel brothers. which I think is pretty cool. I didn't actually think that was gonna work out for him, but I'm glad it like actually did. Like I guess he was really impressed with them, and I do kind of like this because Callie's kind of like treating Jeff like she normally treats Shauna, where she doesn't really seem like she cares about anything. But once like Jeff like mentioned he got this job, like Callie actually like shows excitement for him and actually like opens up to him like a little bit and everything like that. And then Jeff starts to kind of give Callie advice of how to actually like properly like roll up like a joint of weed and everything like that, which I thought was pretty cool. I
like cool dad Jeff.
Me too. And then they start actually like having some bond and like father and daughter. They're just kind of joking around a little bit. They mentioned like, now we can like go out and have an expensive dinner. And then Callie says like, would mom actually like that? At this point, Jeff kind of starts like breaking down a little bit. And obviously, Callie says like, look, I know it's not easy, but you could say it's hard to, love mom sometimes. And Jeff says like, it's just hard sometimes. Like I fall into love with her, but it just feels like she just doesn't really seem to like want to enjoy anything. And Callie says that she feels like the same way and everything like that. You could kind of tell that Callie is holding off some information because you could tell that, I think Jeff is also like thinking like Sean is just so disconnected from everything, but you could definitely tell that Callie's not telling Jeff something. And that's something that's probably going to get revealed next episode and everything like that. So, that kind of is what it is. I really like the Jeff and Callie plot. It's really such a shame it only gets like 2 minutes of screen time because they're really strong characters and I really think they could do a lot. It's just really a shame that... By the way, I want to mention this, AJ. This is Callie getting recurred to main role by the way. She's like one of the main characters now, and she's got less screen time since then.
I mean, she's definitely more of a main character last season, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love Callie and Jeff. I really love their father-daughter dynamic. I do like that Callie is trying to like get Jeff to open up a bit about his being upset with Shauna. And he tries to not talk shit about Shauna. He's like, no, I just said that to like save my own ass. I don't really feel that way. But Callie is like, hey, listen, it's okay to feel that way. Like I feel that way.
Yeah, so I hope we get like, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I hope they can find the way to have them both be on, like Shauna and Jeff both be on screen next episode, because I think that could be some really good stuff there.
Yeah, no, I love if Jeff kind of confronts Shauna to be like, hey, listen, like I want a divorce or like something.
Yeah, and because Shauna's the last couple episodes has been nuts. It'll be interesting to see like how she reacts to it and everything like that. So, then, Shauna, and then we have Shauna and Melissa's fight continues from last episode. I know this doesn't happen first, but I figured we could just talk about it. I was watching some interviews today, and Shauna's actress mentioned that like Melissa's actress from the present. Hilary Swank like didn't really know much about Yellowjackets, so like she was kind of really surprised about like what her first scene was gonna like be for the most part. Although like her first main storyline was gonna be like when she got into the show was like about her basically doing cannibalism, which is pretty funny. I assume the actress did research like once she had the rehearsal and everything like that. So, Shauna is forcing Melissa to eat her skin, and Melissa obviously hesitates, but then Shauna says, "Look, if you don't do this, I'm gonna tell your wife and kid like who you really are and everything like that." So Melissa eats it, but then she spits it back out at Shauna and kind of uses this as an opportunity to escape Shauna, and she immediately gets into a car and drives off, and Shauna just didn't go after her for some reason. She just stayed at the house. I don't know why she stayed there.
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of tough to like, go after her. Well, I mean, Shauna's van, Shauna's car's there. She drove there.
Yeah.
And as we found out, Backwards Cap Girl doesn't have any gas in her car. So if Shauna could have just kept tailing her, and then eventually Backwards Cap Girl would have ran out of gas.
And again, Shauna heard them like say this, like because she was spying on.
Yeah, Shauna comment later when they come back, And Shauna's like, oh, I guess you should have listened to your wife.
Yeah. So I don't know why she didn't go after her. I like that scene, I guess, for what it was. A good continuation. I just didn't really understand Shauna's motives at the end there. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, good way to get to escape. You know, like making Shauna think that like she has power over you, and then like spitting it into her face to like get her to like loosen her grip and like run.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like it makes sense why she just needs to get away, because it's like Shauna's broken into her house and is like assaulting her. So all Melissa has to do is like get the fuck out of there, and then like maybe call the police or something.
Yeah, makes sense. Then what is actually the opening of this episode is Van and is having a vision of teen Van. She's got like a nurse's gown on and everything like that, and Van's telling teen Van's telling adult Van that Misty and Thaisa are still there, but Shauna just straight up ditched you. And
magic, because like there's no way Van would know that.
Yeah, exactly.
So like this is magic. This isn't like a delusion. This is magic.
Yeah. And Teen Thaisa, obviously, because she's a big movie like buff and everything like that, it's telling her about I forget the name of the movie, and we've been doing this video for a while. The Goonies. We probably had that to listen to movies, because I hear that's pretty good. So, and she mentioned they go on a treasure hunt, and she kind of says that Van should go do the same thing, go on this treasure hunt and find X marks the spot, and Van says like, "What will I find there?" and everything like that. And Teen Thaisa really doesn't answer. And mentions like you'll find exactly what you're looking for. So it's kind of vague.
It's like riddles, mahaha.
Yeah, and then Teen Thaisa like puts some blood into adult Van's like sack that she has, and adult Van wakes up, and Thaisa obviously is happy Van's finally awake, and Van's like obviously questioning like what's going on. She's also wondering if this is real life, because she's had like a couple of these visions now and everything like that. And Thaisa was about to break the news about obviously about the fact that she might be put like on hospice care and everything like that. So Van brings up the story about how they saw an old guy just enjoying taffy even though he was on the verge of dying. And Van says that she doesn't want to be at that point. So Thaisa says, like, well, why don't we get you some taffy? And Van just takes, like, her oxygen tank off and just leaves. I didn't really think she could, like, just get up and leave like that, but I guess. I mean,
the doctor did say that she would give Thaisa the release papers last episode.
Oh, yeah, but I just didn't think she could, like, get up, and I thought she was, like, so weakened and everything like that, so.
Yeah, pretty weird. Yeah, you figure that, she was just coughing up blood. You figure she wouldn't just be A-okay like this.
I mean, she's not A-okay. Like, she has to be on not getting an oxygen tank like the rest of the episode, so.
Right. She was able to, like, get in the car and, like, walk around a little bit. It's like, you figure she'd be a lot worse off.
But I guess not. But I guess this episode, the present really couldn't happen much of it. I guess if Van was out of commission, so. So then, they rent a car, and Misty, Thaisa, and Van are all trying to find Shauna. They're going to go to Hannah's daughter's house. And then they drive by Melissa and say, like, they don't really know it's Melissa at first. They just think it's someone that, like, just broke down on the side of the road. But then they see that it's Melissa. Kind of a coincidence. But I guess, if she ran out of gas, sure. But this kind of felt like a coincidence that this happened. But whatever. And then eventually, they start screaming out for Melissa. Melissa starts running off because obviously she doesn't really know what they're going to be like since Shauna just straight up attacked her. And eventually, they like stop the car in front of her. Melissa falls over, and then Thaisa tackles her to the ground. And Misty has like a crowbar and threatens to like hit Melissa with it unless they don't go with her. And Melissa mentions that Shauna like assaulted her and everything like that. So they like force Melissa to go back with them and take them to her house to see like what the hell happened and everything like that. Melissa kind of like, I think this is when there's a scene in the car, but that really not much came of that. I think it was just more of what I said. And then they arrive. And like you said, Shauna calls out that, like, that Melissa's car finally went out of gas. And obviously everyone else is, like, wondering, like, what the hell happened and everything like that. Like, why did Shauna just break into this Melissa's house and just beat the crap out of her and everything like that? And then Shauna's still convinced that Melissa is the one behind Lottie's murder and everything like that. But then Misty starts questioning, and everyone else like questions, like, okay, well, if you're not the one behind Lottie's murder, like Misty even points out the receipt, like, why were you in New York City that day? And Shauna says, well, it was because I was getting a cat that looked identical to the one that went missing in the neighborhood. Obviously, they don't buy this story; they think it's bullshit, which I can't really blame them because that sounds like a BS story. But obviously, we know that story's actually like real.
Yeah, I got it because it looked a lot like this other cat that Jeff wanted to like fix his karma. Like the way she's saying it sounds like she's bullshitting it. Yeah.
And Shauna's kind of still like doing what she's been doing the whole season in both timelines, where she's just pointing out Melissa like murdered Lottie, but really not giving any evidence to like back it up or anything like that. Thaisa and Van put up good points that, like, didn't you think Adam, like, was the one blackmailing you, and then you ended up being wrong about that? So, they all being, like, reasoning about it. Again, I feel like it was really also just tough, because this was also in, like, the midst of, like, the stuff in the past going on, and they were, like, taking Sean's point, like, okay, no, they shouldn't even be this scene shouldn't even be happening at all, and all that type of stuff.
Oh, no, yeah.
Then, they kind of sit Melissa down, they tie her up, and they're going to decide what to do with her. Before this, Misty leaves, because she doesn't want to be the one to have to clean up the mess. Even though she didn't clean up the mess very well anyways with Adam's murder, because...
they found him, like, that day.
Yeah. Well, no, they found out he was missing that day, so...
Right, but then they found his remains, like, a week later.
Yeah, so... Misty takes an Uber, and she takes it to, like, some unknown location. And we see a helicopter pop by, and Elijah Wood's back, back from his lunch break from Spy Kids 3, Lord of the Rings, and Red vs. Blue Season 10, good lunch break. Honestly, this legit was a lunch break, because I think it's only on screen, like, for, like... And not even lunch... There's actually... Huh?
Yeah, he's on screen for like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, this wasn't even like a lunch break. Actually, this was like it was like him going on his 15 at work, actually, type of thing.
Yeah, time to spare.
And they go back to. Is it even his? I guess it is his house, right? Because we've seen his house like once.
Yeah, we saw it like in season 2. Yeah, this is his house.
And obviously Misty's kind of like being a little flirty again with him a little bit and everything like that, and Misty kind of points out like that she did some digging and called places, and Shauna's story actually checks out. So this kind of question makes Misty question like if Shauna actually is telling the truth. And I do kind of like this, because even though Misty and Shauna have been butting heads this season, I do kind of like that when Misty sees that Shauna could be innocent, she's not just gonna be like, fuck Shauna. I mean, I guess, again, she should anyways, based on Shauna's past, but she's not being like, fuck Shauna, I don't like her, she obviously did it. Like, I do like that, like, Misty's saying, like, no, like, the evidence kind of shows Shauna's story is correct. So, then Misty mentions that, didn't you back up, Lottie's phone, like, or make a copy of Lottie's phone, or whatever he did, and Elijah Wood goes to get it. Obviously, she wants to look at it himself, so Elijah Wood made her, like, a chocolate martini, and, she, like, obviously has Elijah Wood add chocolate shavings to it, so he leaves. I don't know what happened, like, season 2, like, he was one-upping Misty, and he instantly, like, buys this, like, knowing Misty's gonna pull something, but, like, still, like, didn't.
I'll be fair, I guess he didn't expect Misty to be able to disappear like Batman.
That's fair, but I'm like, but whatever.
But yeah, and this is stupid of Walter, Elijah Wood, whatever the fuck we're calling him.
Sigma would be he'd be ashamed seeing this scene.
He'd be, yeah, 100%. Like, what the fuck are you smoking, man?
And you know,
Simping over, unbelievable. Hate to see it.
huh?
I said simping over Misty. You hate to see it.
Yep. And Misty looks over the phone and sees that there's something on the phone that I think obviously was definitely connected to Lottie's murder, but we don't actually get to see it, so we'll probably get the reveal of that next episode. I imagine she's probably going to see that, like, Callie did it, since that's what they seem like to be setting up. So
yeah, but that is weird because, like, why would she see that Elijah Wood wouldn't have been able to, like, deduce? Well, because, like, Misty makes a good point of, like, just because you have DNA evidence, you shouldn't immediately, like, jump to conclusions. Which, again, I think it's setting up the idea that, like, they had mitochondrial DNA, so they assumed it was Shauna, but it's maternal, so it could just as easily be Callie.
yeah,
Like, I'm guessing that's the thing.
I do think it's.
But I don't know why Elijah Wood wouldn't be able to piece that together, but Misty could.
But it's also really weird. Like, they'll also make Elijah Wood act really weird in this episode. Like, he did it, but I think that's obviously to, like, make you think he did it. So
He steps back outside and he sees Misty's gone. He just kind of, like, has a blank face and, like, sips his drink.
and then
He's like,
back to what? Back to Spy Kids 3. You know, back to.
I know my most important role, Spy Kids 3. I need to show up on screen, be a badass, and then die.
I mean, this Misty scene, I guess, was fine. It's just more of, like, the misutilization of Elijah Wood that I hate to see.
Yeah, Misty is fine. It's just I don't understand Walter as a character. Like, he exists to be convenient.
I know.
You know? Like, he's the Swiss Army knife for the writers. It's like, what we need some character to, like, do something, and I guess we'll just have Walter do it. Why? I don't fucking know. He just does it.
He's legit there to bail them out, like you said, because he bails out Sean in season 2, and then he's the reason, that the Lottie plot gets solved here.
Yeah, he's not a character; he's a plot device.
Yeah, which is really disappointing. And again, RVB did that in season 10. They made Elijah Wood a plot device, but he was like a good one.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a plot device. He existed to main the meta and, like, all that shit. But, like, he's so interesting and, like, he has motivation and, like, he's cool. So that, like, you can, like, look past that, Like, Sigma's one of the best characters in the show.
Yeah. Well, like, I know we haven't seen Spy Kids 3, but I know you say that, like, he just shows up and dies in Spy Kids 3, but at least you get like, hear about him. Like,
well, yeah, it's funny because they're, like, hyping him up the entire movie. Like, oh, man, he's, like, the best guy ever. He's fucking amazing. He's super strong. He, like, shows up and then just dies instantly. And it's, like, funny because they spent the whole movie how awesome he is.
I like really like Elijah. I like Walter couldn't even get that. So
Yeah, exactly. He shows up fucking whenever the plot needs him to.
So
what is he doing when he's not hanging around Misty?
Well, we saw he's just living his life. So forget me.
The mansion. So I'm like, dude, just fucking, you're rich as shit, and you're literally Elijah Wood. Like, just find another girlfriend.
Find another casting role. Like,
Yeah. The season's almost over. Like, I don't know if they're gonna do anything with the next episode. If that's the case, then, like, what the fuck? He was living with Misty for a while. They had a fight. He pretended to be an internet repair guy. He fucked off again. Misty stole his phone and dipped, and then I guess that's it. That's his role for the season.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is probably worse than season 2. I would say.
Like, saying something because his thing was he showed up, he was hanging out with Misty for a bit, he fucked off, then he just, like, showed up and murdered Kevin.
He couldn't even piece together that Callie thing that you like you did. Like, it's like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just like,
and he's supposed to be like one of the best. He's supposed to be like one of the best. Well, he's not a detective, but he's supposed to be like one of the best, like, internet detectives that, like, they have, and, like, he can't even piece shit like that together. It's like,
yeah. So unfortunate.
yeah. Elijah, hey, you know what? Elijah Wood's a big actor. He can do other shit, He's probably still making money anytime, like, you know, Lord of the Rings gets shown and all that type of stuff. So fuck it, you know.
Oh, yeah. Fucking living off Lord of the Rings till he's fucking 210.
Yeah. So if he wants to keep himself like in the conversation, just fuck around, then fuck it. Like, who cares? Like,
remember how I found out the lady who wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You makes like $6 million every December.
That's funny. Yeah.
Like every time she's like, all right, sweet, another couple million in the bank.
That's Elijah Wood probably right now. So,
Yeah.
And then we have everything else. Continuing, you know, Misty, no, sorry, Van, Shauna, and Thaisa are still kind of trying to decide like what to do with Melissa and everything like that. And Van kind of goes out to like, you know, get her oxygen because she was off of oxygen for a while. Again, it's just really weird that Van's just all of a sudden like walking around doing shit after like coughing up blood a couple episodes ago. But whatever.
Did you mention that they brought up Adam?
Yeah, I mentioned that. Like I mentioned, always wanted the corner, you know.
Yeah, I want to say we haven't actually mentioned Adam in a while, so I'm like, okay, cool. Here he is.
Yeah, he's probably the most. Him, Ben, and Jeff, and like Harvey are like the best, like most mentioned characters we talk about every video. So
yeah, probably.
And I guess Elijah.
Like we like 3 out of those 4, and then Harvey is just funny how often he disappears.
Yeah, and then Elijah Wood, we just talk about how much of a misutilization he is and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And Forkle, I guess, you know.
Forkle, it's like, don't pull a Forkle. You don't want to be a Forkle.
No. I don't know, you don't want to be Akita from Kiss Sis either. You don't want to be him.
His dad, though. He's cool as fuck.
He wears sunglasses inside. And then, what am I saying? Oh, yeah, so then, kind of during this conversation, we see that, like, Melissa is messing around with the fireplace, obviously making it so that way, like, the air ducts, like, close and everything like that. So that way, they, like, breathe in carbon dioxide and all that stuff, and then they, like, pass out. And that happens off screen. That was in the midst of all that shitty plot you had to talk about. So, maybe that's...
Yeah. Boring, because it's like, it like shows her doing that, and, like, the next scene, it's like, everybody's, like, knocked out. It's like, whoa, okay, we just suddenly doing this.
Yeah. Hey, you know, maybe they didn't pass out from that. They passed out from how shit the plot was becoming, so they just left.
Yeah. Oh, the plot, it's too shitty. I can't handle
it. I still love that rant you went on a little bit ago where you were just mocking Recast Go 1. I think that might be the...
that was like, I didn't even like really think about it, and then I just remembered, Esco, you fucked everything up.
She doesn't even talk this episode, I don't think, like you said. So
yeah, like I would be fucking, I would be killing everybody there. I'm like, you all fucked this up.
Yep. Ben's looking down from the great. Ben's looking down from heaven, being like, "What the fuck happened to you guys?" Like,
as soon as I leave, everything goes to shit.
Yeah, literally. And then Van comes back in and sees all this happen, so she asks Melissa what the hell happened, and Melissa says what happened, and then Van pulls out Thaisa. Again, Van was just coughing up blood and on near death. Like, and again, I'm saying 2 episodes ago, but this is presumably like the next day and all that type of stuff. Maybe a couple days later. And Van's able to do all this shit somehow. And she puts Thaisa on the oxygen, and inside Thaisa's head, you could see that like she's having a fight with the lady that's sometimes in the tree, but this time she's in a cave because they were in the cave this episode.
The lady's in the cave. There you go. That's a new nickname.
And they reuse the cave like set from the last episode, and Thaisa gets into a fight with the bad Thaisa, and this time the good Thaisa.
I don't know why they did this, because like Thaisa doesn't really have any connection to the cave.
Yeah, because she didn't go in the cave. Well, she went in the cave, but she didn't do any.
Like, you know, like Van, Recast Girl, and Shauna also on the visions.
Yeah.
Audie goes into the cave. Travis goes into the cave. Like, quite a few characters have like some kind of connection to the cave, but Thaisa really doesn't. So it's kind of a weird, like, reusing that set for Thaisa.
I mean, I don't get it. Yeah. Honestly, they should have switched it when Taissa like died.
Mari was in the cave with Ben for a while. Like literally, like every character except Taissa has some kind of connection to the cave.
I don't know what happened. Yeah. Yeah, they should have like, flipped it. They should have had like when we see Van's death scene, that should have been in the cave and
Yeah, that would have been cool.
yeah, but whatever. So they get into a fight, but this time the good Taissa, like the real Taissa, wins. And this time when Taissa comes out of it, like it's the actual like Taissa, and like Taissa kind of confirms with Van like this is really me and everything like that. Again, I haven't cared about this plot much, so I didn't really care like when we got this like I didn't know. Obviously, this is supposed to be cool because then Van's gonna die in a couple minutes. So, like, I guess that kind of sucks for Taissa. Like, right when the real Taissa came out for the most part. But again, they haven't really like been good about like showing which one's been the bad one. When have we seen the bad Taissa? When haven't we? Like, they've like shown it, but now like they've made it so like because they made it seem like we've been seeing the bad Taissa a lot more than we have. Now we don't know when we've been seeing.
Yeah, but like tell that I'm like, oh, have we been seeing the bad Taissa more? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So. But whatever. So then Van goes back in, and earlier I forgot to mention this during a vision. The teen Taissa mentioned that like, you know, you should really start to give into the idea about like what Taissa's been saying, that like you should want to like take a life to like extend your life and everything like that. So Van thinks about killing Melissa, so that way like maybe your cancer will go away and everything like that. She kind of has this monologue with Melissa. Again, this would mean a lot more if like Melissa and Van actually like talked or had any type of interaction like in the past, but that hasn't happened. And again, I guess they got. I'm not gonna take this shit where like now that they've had this scene, they'll have a lot of scenes like together in the past because they did this scene. That doesn't fix it. Like they should have been, you know.
Yeah. It feels so random because again they have not had any connection, and you might and like, I mean maybe that's realistic I guess but it's like, wow, it's just from like a writing perspective I'm just like why, like it just feels so wasted.
Yeah. So then Van thinks about killing her, and Van's even getting frustrated like I just can't do it, so she lets go of the.
Plus, what? I was gonna say maybe it's realistic. Not every person, not all the Yellowjackets are gonna be like super close to each other. But like, sorry, Melissa's gonna say a line of like, "Van, you're not like us. There's goodness in you." And it's like, who the fuck are you to say that? You don't know the first thing about Van.
Yeah, exactly.
Van's last name. Fucking. When's her birthday? What's her favorite fucking color?
I would love it if one of the Yellowjackets just like says that like when they do one of these speeches and everything like that. Like, okay, what's my last name?
Carl. It's like, okay, you got lucky on that
one. That's even funnier actually. Yeah. But
it reminds me of off topic in Legend of Korra. One of the main characters gets kidnapped by the villains. And he's like trying to guess stuff about the villain. He's like, I'm going to guess you were raised by an older sister. Your mustache grew in when you were 13. And you and that other villain over there got like a romance going on. And the villain's like, hey, you got 2 out of 3. It's not bad.
Did LVB do this joke?
I don't know which of the two he got right.
Yeah. Didn't LVB do this joke at one point? I'm pretty sure LVB did this joke.
I probably. But it just reminded me of that. Where it's like,
I'm pretty sure Family Guy did this joke. Oh yeah, I remember when Peter mentions like how much he hates his kids, and then like Chris asks him like, okay, name 3 of my friends, and like Peter like just threw out random names, and Chris like, you got lucky, Dad. like that was one. So
yeah, I remember. But like the point, we're joking here, but like the thing is like you can kind of build a relationship between characters. And like not a lot of screen time, like Bolin is his name, is the hero, and Gazan, like only have like 3 scenes together, but like a lot of people really like their kind of like weird friendship they built up, even though they're obviously like enemies.
Yeah.
And like people, that was like one of the favorite parts of the season, even though again they only had a couple scenes together. So like you can do a lot in just a couple scenes. Like you don't have to spend a ton of time on like fucking Backwards Capgirl and Van. But like, a little bit of just a couple little scenes together would have been so good.
Yeah, there's a few scenes in Walking Dead where they don't show a lot of screen time, but you get the vibe that they build a connection. Or
Like all we've had up to this point is Van was like the only person to like go up to Melissa and like try to help her out when she's like embarrassed. But like that was literally this episode.
yeah,
like, and they like clearly, like you said, they only did it to give them like something before this scene.
yeah. So then Van doesn't doesn't stick the knife into Melissa's heart. So Melissa then says, like, you're just not that type of person. And then Melissa changes. She grabs the knife and stabs Van. I'm pretty sure she said a one-liner, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, she's like, but I am, or something.
Yeah. So, and then Thaisa and Shauna come back in, and they see that, Melissa's gone. And then Thaisa's heartbroken, saying that Van's dead now at this point. And then Van's sitting in the plane. This is kind of weird, I guess. Van does have some connection with the plane since she almost died in the plane, but I think they should have gone with the cave because that would have been cooler.
Yeah, well, I think it's also supposed to tie into Natalie's death, where when Natalie died, she was like back on the plane.
Yeah, and Past Van is on the plane, and Past Van is just like, see, look, like this is the end of your story and everything like that. And then Van's like, wait.
I think how Van is like speaking for me though in this scene where she's like watching it like a movie and she's like, what the fuck? That's how I die? It's bullshit.
Yeah, that was funny. Adult Van is just like, what the hell? Like, I saved everyone, but I died at the end. And Past Van's like, sometimes the heroes don't always live at the end. And then Van says, this is the end of your story, but it's not the end of their story. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Well, Team Van saw that they still have one more season left.
Yeah. So, well, at this point, we didn't know. We still thought it was 2. So, Yeah, Van's dead.
I kind of knew Van was probably going to die this season, but they really just kind of rushed it.
Yeah, you would think they would wait till like the season finale, but no, they just went on and did it. Her death just felt very anticlimactic. They didn't really do much with Van's character. She was just kind of there to serve Thaisa's plot. So like, I didn't really feel anything like when she died or anything like that. So
yeah, well, she was basically like Natalie's replacement, but like you said, all she kind of did was just be Thaisa's new girlfriend, and then yeah, you just died.
Yeah. So the present's probably a thumbs down too. Maybe a thumbs down, slightly going like that.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah. And that's the end of this episode. What? It's an F. Easy F.
Yeah, I was gonna say off camera. I think you said like you were gonna give it a D. I was pretty firm. I'm like, I'm giving it an F, 100%. This episode kind of sucks. Like I said, aside from like the season 2 finale where, we had all the Fork Girl and Natalie dying shit. This is the worst episode besides that one.
I think we gave that one probably a better grade, but I think that's because of the Ben scene. But that episode probably not included letter grades. That episode actually is worse just because of what happened like in it. But this episode is pretty much a close second to it and everything like that. So,
this is definitely one of the worst episodes. Like I said, contender for worst.
I think what really sucks about it too, I think why we graded so low is we're also like getting towards the end of the season. This was the penultimate season finale. And now the season finale has to like try to fix like this episode now, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the main thing is like we've have episodes that are like okay, like nothing really happens in it, but they're not like bad. This one is just like so much important shit happens, but it's all executed so badly.
Very much so.
So yeah, I can't say I like this episode. I really don't. It's not good, which is unfortunate because, like you said, penultimate episode. They only got one episode left, and it's also weird because it feels like they kind of blew their load this episode. Like, I'm guessing next episode's gonna be mainly past. Like, I'm guessing we're gonna get like a Hunt and like Pick Girl, who's probably gonna be Mari. As for present, like I don't really know what they're gonna do. I'm guessing they're gonna just kind of focus on
who killed Lottie, I guess.
Like, death, and then like Melissa's gonna be more of like a season 4 thing.
Yeah. And it's like we said last video, Melissa just is gonna take Van's place now, I guess. So
yeah, which is a little weird because That like I like it like Melissa's just like at the table with them, like, hey guys, it's so good to be friends with you guys again. And Tyson's like, you killed my girlfriend. He's like, shit happens, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. So, but yeah, that's the end of this video. We got one more left. I'm pretty excited about it. And then we have the Star Wars Christmas special. Oh, I really hope I hope the next one's good, because then we're gonna be reviewing like 3 bad things in a row.
But yeah, then after that we get the update video for 2026, and either our last video for this year or first one of next year will be did Ben from Yellowjackets coach Scott win or lose?
Yep. So that's pretty much it, guys.
That'll be our last video for a while, because we got season 4 is like obviously not even being done yet.
Yeah. Unless they pull up Breaking Bad and they've been like working on it, like and we don't even know about it type of thing. So
yeah, but as far as we know, it's probably gonna be like at least a year until season 4 comes out.
Yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we will talk to you guys later.